I've got one that can see.
Of the mind control. 100% out. And that's what other people need to get out. Out is the answer. Out is the solution.
I got you, what's it all about now? Bet you all a doubt how your minds are owned by the few and to whom you all bow down. Blindly or willfully serving a system built to be a prison. Skillfully structured, destructive and filthy. See these viruses inside your minds that keeps you all too real to see the obvious. Ancient psychologists with the will to see this planet fully dominated, keeping the population intoxicated with indoctrinated states of consciousness, complicating the lie just to hide you from the simple truth of what you really are, which in turn cripples you and keeps you on your knees in this matrix of control, unaware of your sovereignty in relation to the whole of creation and the toll that it's taken on your soul, rendering you complacent as the racing towards the goal of total enslavement. But you'll soon be finding out the clock is winding down. Join the fight, we're in the final hour. All the time has come, it's hitting home for everyone. It's a global conspiracy, there ain't nowhere to run. Better be armed with the truth and a gun, for when they send their troops to get it done. It's a long road, the time has come, it's hitting home for everyone. It's a global conspiracy, there ain't nowhere to run. Better be armed with the truth and a gun, for when they send their troops to get it done. It's a long road, from the Satan is paving the course for your dark occult priest class of chaos sorcerers, playing on your fears through the Hegelian dialectic to traumatize the collective and bring about their objective. The shadow control mechanism, manipulating us to accept the chip by pushing a global tech addiction. Transhumanism, the next addition to the prison. The 5G grid, mass surveillance, a weapon system, full body scanners and facial recognition, all under the guise of protecting you from terrorism. It's pathetic, isn't it? Shit is sickening how we let it get to the point of being this fucking ridiculous and blatant, right in our faces. I stand back in amazement how the whole world's embracing their own enslavement, but some move to a different drum to push the shift that needs to come through the mind or through the gun. Either way it must be done. All the time has come, it's hitting home for everyone. It's a global conspiracy, there ain't nowhere to run. Better be armed with the truth and a gun, for when they send their troops to get it done. It's a long road, the time has come, it's hitting home for everyone. It's a global conspiracy, there ain't nowhere to run. Better be armed with the truth and a gun, for when they send their troops to get it done. It's an all-out war.
The control system has set up endless ways to divert us, confuse us, and to keep us from the understanding that would set us free. The elephant in the living room appears when you connect the dots. When you connect enough, the elephant it's so blatant. But when the dots are unconnected, there's no elephant there, because you can't see it. And that elephant in the living room is that there is a multi-level conspiracy to enslave humanity in like a global concentration camp. The trick is to make sure the slaves don't realize they're slaves, so they don't do anything about their slavery.
Very well, we are back for another musical episode, and we already started off pretty hardcore there with our friend Joe Murray. Here with me, I have Ivan Oyola, aka Ivan from Phoenix. So Ivan, thanks again for being part of another musical experience.
We're beginning to be attached at the hip here, Francesco. Damn, people are going to start talking. Kibbles and Bits, Tom and Jerry, Francesco and Ivan, or Ivan and Francesco.
Yeah, well, this time we have another guest. So we are joined by our friend Nathan Riddett from their deep behind enemy lines in the UK.
Yeah.
So Nathan, welcome to you too.
Howdy. Thanks for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be back. It's always enjoyable and essential to do this work, you know. So, and what a banging track that was. That was really good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, at least you know, something a little bit different from the usual things, and we already did a movie soundtrack or movie scores episode with Ivan. We'll probably do another, a volume 2 of that one in sometime in the future. But now we thought, why not? Also, we could maybe take a page out of Mark Devlin's book and do another conscious music episode instead this time. So
that's right, conscious truth, a little bit of everything in there. And in spirit, Joe Murray's with us here in spirit, because look, we started off the show with one of his songs.
So. Oh yes,
absolutely. Yeah, I'd just like to say the tracks that I've picked, I picked coming up to 2 years ago to do a podcast with Mark Devlin to talk about them. So I spoke to him yesterday. He's just snowed under. He's really busy, books and other episodes that he's doing. So that's freed me up to talk about those tracks with you guys. So that's good.
Yeah, awesome.
There we go, synchronicity.
So, yeah,
just gonna say there's something I wanted to pick up from that last track.
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead.
The outro, where the David Icke quote, and it says, I mean everything there's great, but I would pick him up on where it says, from the understanding that would set us free. Well, David Icke doesn't talk about natural law, sadly. So I just wanted to add that.
Actually, just real quick, I'm noticing it on many people that that are saying good things. In particular, I was watching some guy here in Europe that's that's saying some good things, doing some good work. However, is not when it comes to ethics and morality. Yeah, he talks about we need ethics, and however they don't really yet. But what are they? What is morality? What is moral? What is right? And they seem not to really explain it. So
yeah, still not really getting to the gold. Still caught up in the realm of effects, not getting to that cause. Yeah. And without an understanding of objective morality and natural law, we're not going to be free. So David Icke should talk about that if he's going to say an understanding that would set us free. But, I mean, his work's great. As I say to people, 95% of the stuff that he talks about is all accurate and provable and factual. But it is a shame he doesn't really get into the solution. So.
Yeah, well, I guess we all, everyone has their quote unquote specialities or specialties. I think Francesco, we talked about this not too long ago about how we really can't have a cookie cutter thing that everybody needs to say the same thing the same way, or be on the same, put out the same work. It's like, no, it's have one umbrella. Everybody's under the same theme of ending slavery, free humanity. That's what everybody should be under, the same direction, facing that direction. How we get there, all different kind of avenues, addressing the 5G, the pedophilia, the banking thing, or whatever other things, but all head in the same direction. Now that means everybody's going to have different strengths and different weaknesses, and actually yesterday on the recording I did with James Cordiner, I brought up this also, how the elites, the ruling class, they have that. They comprehend that their common goal is enslavement of everyone. How they get there, they all have their different specialities. The ones who produce the 5G, the ones who produce the entertainment, the media, falsification of history or whatever, but they're all on the same page of enslavement. Whereas on the other end,
because they're all unified and there's so many.
They're unified in that, right? Whereas we, or truthers, or freedom people, or anarchists, or whatever you want to call them, conspiracy people, we're all over the place. 9/11, we need to, or UFO disclosure, we need that. Or crypto at sea. So it's all separated without being under the same common goal of, we need to liberate ourselves. We need, to end slavery. We're not,
that's where the natural law comes in, and objective morality. Yeah. We need to, we need to unite on that front, which everyone can agree with. It's wrong to steal and it's wrong to harm, Yeah.
The do no harm, take no shit. And I got that one quote right here from Joe's track here. Better be armed with the truth and a gun. See, for when they send their troops to get it done. See, so right there, that's that balance. You know,
when
you
the
got
rubber meets the road,
but you need a gun. You need a gun. You need a gun. Well, you know, and not a gun, the fists, machetes, whatever. You need to be able to use defensive force, exercise defensive force, and that's not really being put out there. You know, everybody's, you know, that's where the wokeness comes in, and it's like, no, that wokeness shit, that's got to go. No, there's truth, the natural law, freedom, you know, anarchy, all that.
Yeah, so I guess on the self-defense principle part, we could talking about that, we could play the next track, you know, which is another track expressing all our faith in our, you know, in our parent government. So let's go ahead and play it.